joining me. This is my last will and testament. I can't tell you how warm it is in the northwest of England, which isn't usually very warm other than about 3 weeks of the year. I promised you we're live in the middle of the week and that didn't happen, and I shall tell you why in a minute. But at the moment, while I'm waiting for people to come in, I'm just going to talk about the heat. The other day, we can't walk the dog in the heat, obviously, so we've been taking him out at night. So I think it was Monday, the heat was 34 degrees, which is just off the charts for us. We don't really get anything. Hi Fonda, nice to see you. I'm just sat in the garden having a cuppa. I thought I'd have a chat. So yeah, most of this week, hello sweetheart, it's been 34, 35. And where I live, it's really, really humid. Hi Pearls, hi Jane. There's our Jojo. I tried messaging you earlier, Joe, so I didn't spring it on you, but I've only just remembered that you're not online. So yeah, it's been roasting. So what we've been doing is, if we climb up and go up to the top of the moor, it'll drop from about 34 to about 22. And if you remember the haunted woodland that I always talk about, where it's really, really cold, well, that's become our favourite place at the moment. So we've been taking the dog up late on at night so we could get a run, because it's so dark in there. It's really nice. And it was windy, so like me and Mark and the dog went up. I went to visit my horse friend and take him some actually there's a video of it on Mark's new channel, something else I'm going to mention to you. So we went up, fed him, and it was lovely up there. The wind was just blowing through the car, and we just sat there with a coffee and just enjoyed the night until it was time to go home. Let me just say hi to everyone in chat. I'll just see, I know there's Michelle. I just want to make sure I've got everybody. There's our Brian. Joe Burns. Hi sweetheart, how are you doing, darling? Declan. So today, in the middle of the week, we've been clearing bushes, because as you know, when we moved into the flat, my home is 4 homes split into 4 separate flats, if that makes sense. So there's people who live upstairs, and then we have the back garden and the front garden, so that's ours to see to. And when we moved in, it was awful. It was like a stable, and that's inside the house, not out. So it's taken us for about 2.5 years to just get inside clean and livable, you know, and all new lino down and all of the things that you need to do so that you can go through and, you know, clean up and stuff. And the front garden's lovely, because Mark helps me out there. The back garden's for Roy. And when we moved in, the privets, I'm not kidding, I've got a video of it somewhere. Joe's seen it because I sent it to her. The privets must have got to 60, 80 feet high. They'd never been cut. And you could tell they'd never been cut because it was straight up like that. So Mark's, we have 3 brick sheds over there. It's an old mining thing. So there's 3 brick sheds over there. One would have been a coal hole. Yeah. And whoever had it before us filled it from top to bottom with dog mess in black bags, like from the bottom all the way up. It was unbelievable. So we've got I've got an elderflower. Let me see if I can show it. See that? You won't believe the size of it. So he's chopped all of that there. So now we have to. If you look there, it's awful. That is an actual elderflower. It should be about 5 feet, and it's going to be about 20 feet. So Tuesday, we decide we're going to clear the ivy. Let me show you the ivy. Oh, it's great. That over there. And what we've had to do is take it a bit at a time, because we're pulling it away, the brick's crumbling. So we're having to like re-brick. So Tuesday, we get the ivy off this back wall. So Mark said, right, I'll set you the station up here so you can do your live streams. And as we pull it away, we found about 2.5 feet up, the brick is just like sponge. So there's clearly been a leak in that outlet pipe there, and it's just filled. So we've had builders in all week. So they've moved the bricks, and my lintel dropped on my windows. So it's a whole thing. So for the next 2 weeks, I've got builders in most of the time, plumbers, brickies, and then it gets worse. So while they're doing their job, we're going to look at, there's an old wall built in the Victorian times at the back there, and it's lovely, and I want to uncover it, and that's eventually where I'm going to go live from. Well, So let's say that's the brick. So you're looking at the wall side on, it's like that. So it's the ivy's pushed it and broke all the water. So it's going to be a few months before my back garden gets done. I don't want anything fancy out here. I just want it grassing for Royce so he can run round and he's got all the space he needs to do his zoomies. Eh? And he's here now, he's really fed up because he wants to go for his walk, and he's normally, Mark has him out in the morning, then he'll take him about 2. And then you normally go for your late night one, don't you? And it's just too hot, you can't, I don't want to put his feet on the pavement. Go and find your dad, go and find your dad. You don't normally mind me in the day. While he's here, I would like to say thank you to whoever it was, because it was an anonymous. Somebody actually found my wish list on Amazon, and I didn't even know that was possible. Oh, he's actually gone to get it now. And there's a ball that I've been after for him for ages, and it's inside a bottle. He absolutely loves plastic bottles, but they hurt his teeth. He chews them that much that he bleeds. So I got a pack of 2 of them come from an anonymous donor. Bring it some more. No, it's too hot. You just have me, Nanny. You're fed up. I know you're fed up, sweetheart. I've got him in shade with me, trying to cool him down. And like, the mosquitoes up top were awful. So if I would like to start going live from a different channel than this, and I'll tell you for why. When I'm on here, everybody expects me to be like Deborah Hatswell, Bigfoot, Paranormal, nothing else, be serious all of the time. And I'm not really like that offline, as people who know me offline know. And you'd be amazed at the number of complaints I get when I do lives like this and they're not about Bigfoot. So Mark's always had a little channel, I think it's called Mark, Deb and Roy, an old Viking. And he just puts videos out of Roy and whatever. He's got less than 100 subscribers on it. But I realised that if I can get to 1,000 subscribers, and this is not a blatant plug, I'm just explaining, I can actually go live from that channel. And I could talk about anything I wanted to talk about, you know. And all of the places that me and him go, I could take you with me from that channel. And I would really like to do that. I'm just going to... oh dear. See, the problem you have there, sweetheart, is I don't show my breasticles to anybody but my husband. So that's a straightforward no from me. Yeah, says a lot about you though. But yeah, I'm worried about trolls. I'm bound to get them. YouTube at the moment, what they're doing is they're pushing shorts. So if you do your lives like this, they will push your lives. But that just means that you get a lot more trolls. They don't bother me at all. It's water off a duck's back. So what have we been up to this week? We've been out a lot at night and not really in the day because, like I say, it's just been awful. I mean, for it to 34, 35 degrees here, it's just unbelievable. And I live in a place that's really humid, so it's been like 99, 100% humid all the time. So we're all like absolutely roasting. Mark's living in linen, I'm living in linen, but it's promised it's supposed to storm today. So I said to Mark, if it storms, I'm going to sit outside and I'm going to go live and just sit there in the rain because I think we're all ready for it, aren't we? Oh, Joe's asking me, can I do the same on Discord and then we can have a cam and voice chats? I can try. I do have a Discord account, you know. I'll have a look at it this afternoon. I've not got anything on today. I'm back at the specialist Wednesday with my arm, and they're going Tuesday, sorry, with my arm, and they're going to tell me how they're going to start the treatment. To be honest, I think they're just going to fob me off this week and give me a series of exercise to do, which I'll just have to do. I've got to go through the process, haven't I? But yeah, there's a couple of times this week I've wanted to go live. But I've got a new neighbour in there, a bit noisy, just because they're moving in. I'm thinking it'll settle down. You know, you make noise when you're moving in, don't you? Everybody does. You've got to get your carpets down. You've got to get your decorating done. He's got 2 doggies that you like, so he's got 2 new friends now. He actually used to have a best friend next door. There was a dog next door. I think it was called Angus. Michael, no. And he was bigger than Roy, big dopey thing like Roy, and they were the best of friends, so they'd run round, completely round in a circle. They just chase everybody, and she was poorly the last, so they moved and put her in a bungalow. So we haven't not had any neighbours next door for a while. And like I say, we've just got new neighbours. If you're pardon, I'm absolutely roasting. Sun's just got in now. You see, the wind's just changed. So with a bit of luck, we might be in for the storm. I'm hoping, I know Eileen's in. I think me and Mark are going to meet up with some friends and relatives at their drive in Stockport, end of August. So if I do, I'll go live from there. And you can see it, it's ace. Everybody brings their Vardos out and they're all brightly painted, and all the horses are out, and even I dress up to be nines and like out here in my big earrings in. Girls are going, I think, and so if I do, I'll go live from there. Even Mark gets stappered up when we go out. And we went to Appleby Fair last month in June, and it was bloody lovely. I absolutely enjoyed it. But there was one requisite, is like no filming. We're not filming. We're going and we're going to enjoy the 3 days, and we're not filming. We're just going to have a laugh, and that's what we did. We just had a laugh. And then that's when we ended up at the hut in Holcombe, which, by the way, I wanted to mention this while we're on just a casual. When I put the live out and explain what had gone on at that hut, when it absolutely freaked us out and everything, the lady got in touch with me this week and said she'd been booked out. Solid people going up there, and in the hopes of kind of experiencing the same thing, which is mind-blowing to me. But you know, hi Adox, how are you doing? Eileen's asked me. I will definitely put some photos up, Eileen. I'll get a little video while we're there and everything, because I want to start sharing all of that I do. Nobody ever sees that side, you know, and I have to be dead serious when I'm Deborah Hatswell, and I'm not a dead serious person. Yeah. So if you can tell from Mark the other night, yeah, people be crazy. Delulu. Don't be Delulu. Yeah. But no. I just campering. I just want to live my life, you know. It's beautiful girl, beautiful life. It's just, that's what I want to do. I just, like, I've been pigeonholed into Bigfoot so many times. And don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about that. And I'll probably will keep BBR up until I retire. But I want to do more stuff where I'm not just stuck to doing Bigfoot all the time. So, like, if I would say I was sat here, I don't drink, but if I was sat here now with a glass of wine or a whiskey or something, somebody would complain. I'd get a strike on my channel, or somebody would complain. But I see channels with the most outrageous of things on, and they're absolutely fine. It's just strange, isn't it? Just want to branch out a little bit more. I was thinking, Sunday afternoon, everybody's probably really warm and fed up, you know. Mark's talking about going out for a meal later. But I think I'm just going to have a prawn salad at home. I really want to get in the car. It's not the meal, it's getting in the car. It's so warm in the car. Awful, innit? And that was something else we did this week. We went to have a look at a new car, but didn't see any we liked. There was one exactly the same model as the one we've got now, but it didn't have, it must have been a spec down, because it didn't have like heated seats or anything. It sounds dead spoiled, that, doesn't it? But when he first bought it, I said to him, why have you got fancy warm seats and a warm steering wheel and all that? We don't need that. First time I went out in winter, I got the lot on. Seat went on full blast. I was like, oh, this is the life. Yeah. So she just go and get back in the car where I have to put a hot water bottle in it. But honestly, Mark's the driver in it. So my requirements are, I can get my kit in the back when I'm filming, which I don't need to do as much of now. It's easy for a dog to get in and out. Well, just mum requiring a car. Comfy seat, and I'm happy. Yeah? He has the entire boot to himself. He's caged off in the boot. Yeah, and Mark has like a big liner that goes into what you're doing. Look, look. I'm going to expose you for the needy boy that you are. Yes, me boy. Yes, me boy. Go on, Mush. Move over there. Out mum's way. Yeah. They don't need, you can't even type. How are you gonna go in the chat? Your typing's atrocious. I don't think much of your grammar either. Eileen, I wondered if you'd noticed the new book, The Tan. It's written by a lady who was Romany and travel like you and I, who've also had people trying to scrub the tan off her as she was growing up. And I actually wrote on it, oh God, this takes me back. I said I got scrubbed by nuns, priests, teachers, neighbours, friends, mums, where they've tried to scrub the tan off me because it looks like dirt. And she went, you know, people maybe of our generation below won't understand that now, just like I do. People used to scrub me. I have like a cast. As soon as I go out in the sun, I brown up. It don't matter how light my hair is, I brown up. And in winter, my hair goes dead brown. It's just one of those things. My nana was exactly the same, as was my mum. But I get like this dirty tan. And when I was a kid, like my nana would get me and try and like scrub it off, and it was like my actual skin. Oh, what we're talking about. He might be confused, you know, because normally when Mum worked, oh, here we go, something moved. See the different side of him now. Because he thinks I'm out here on my own, he goes into extra protection mode. Right. It's just a cat, mate. It's just a cat. It's gone. It was. Yeah, go and get a treat off Dad. Go and get a treat off Dad. Will you do me a drink, please, love? I've got one. I've got a cold one here that I've done. I was telling him about when we went up Winterhill. It was freezing, wasn't it?
It was mint.
It was lovely. It's that warm, mate. It's how your haircut. That's how warm it is. Isn't it? Yeah. He swore at me. Oh, he does a woof, Joe, when he wants. In fact, not so much Mark's about, but if he's in the flat on his own with me, you just get a woof. Yeah, he has a right loud bark on him. He gets really protective. It's weird. He's like outside. He's not aggressive in any way, shape or form, but he's very protective when he's indoors. So if I don't have like nets on the window and he can see people walking past, he'll be up at the window all day barking. But if he was in the garden and he walked past, nothing. So I think it's just a territory thing. The other two were saying. And Matt, before Matt leaves, he always goes, look after her, and then he goes, like, so he gives him his little job, like, look after him, and then he goes. But he's dead soft. He gets so excited. He's only toxic traded. He gets that excited, he'll pee. So if the girls come, like Jodie or Erica, Layla come, he'll wait. He gets dead overexcited and he'll pee. Yeah, he does sound like a great day. I don't know what he is, Joe. His dad was a big, from what I can remember, his dad was the same colour as him, but he was a big mastiff, like big Great Dane face and a big thick head. And I think his mum was like a tan-coloured pit staff cross. She was tall, but she looked like a staff really, but she was tall for a staff. And then obviously whatever breeds they bred out with is what we've ended up with. Oh, Joanne's just asked me, have I considered coming to Ireland and visiting at some of our strange spots? You spooky lady. How you know that? Right. Mum's always wanted to go back to Ireland. When we lived there, we lived on right on the where Carvin is, but we were right on the border of County Louth and County Meath. Clodagh we were at. I think it's near Drumconra. And we were there illegally, I'm going to be honest with you. So my mum and my dad fled England for reasons I'm not going to talk about online. And we went back to Ireland. And we were there quite a long time. But we were there illegally. And it was the end of the 70s, the beginning of the 80s, so the Troubles were on. And we were English. We were an English-Irish family. So it was beautiful. I loved every single day of it, but my sister got meningitis. She was a baby. She was only about, how old was she been? She was about 3. She was about 2 or 3. And she got meningitis. And my mum took her to the hospital and he wouldn't see to her because obviously we didn't have passports or anything. So literally we had to sneak back on the ferry, on P&O ferry. Worst storm I've ever been in my life. The waves were coming over the top of the ship. My mum was absolutely petrified, and she's there with this really sick baby, and they're saying, oh, you know, she makes it through the night, you'll be lucky. And we come straight back to England. She went into the hospital, and they kept her in there for 18 months in a bubble. So we never went back. We never ever went back. And it's a place I miss a lot. And it was, I don't know how to describe it. Coming from like the edge of a town, city, and countryside, to go there and just be able to drive for miles and it just be so peaceful. He actually said to Mark at the beginning of this year, we're going to Ireland. I don't care if we have to give BBR up, we are going to Ireland. I want to go back. It's calling me. I want to go back. We went to we went to Newgrange, and for anyone who don't know what Newgrange is, it's the oldest man-made structure in the world, and it's a burial chamber. And from above, it's just like a dome from above. But below, as you go down into the chamber, it goes lower and lower and lower and lower. And obviously, you're going back in history, aren't you? And on certain days, like the solstice, there's like a letterbox at the top of the door. Obviously, it's all stonework. And when the sun come in, it lights up the grave. I can't remember who it was who was buried there. I'd love to take Mark. Absolutely love to take Mark. So I was a bit worried I couldn't take the dog, Joe. And I checked and I can book him in a cabin. And I don't need anything for him. He's had his vaccination, so I've got all his paperwork. That's all I need. So I just need to update my passport. Mark can use his driving license. I have a passport, but when we changed and we Brexited, I never changed it back, did I? I didn't do anything. No. Now, people have been accepting it as ID, but I said to Mark, I don't want to get to port and turn me back, so I'm going to check. Joe's just popped up and asked us if we were going back to Ireland. And it's like, that's what we want to do, innit?
What I do, yeah.
We want to go Chum.
Yeah.
Both want to go to Chum, but that's on the northwest coast, Mayo. I thought you was joining me then for a minute. You might have to come round this side. You have to come round this side. I don't think I'll be able to get you on camera. Like. It's a rare moment. Thank you, sweet.
Go away, okay.
You know that thing that you do for me, where you click it and it makes it bigger?
Yeah.
Does it work on that or just when we...
No, just on the normal video that we do.
So, are we going to go back to Ireland?
Well, yeah.
We need to, don't we? Yeah, we need to. We need to go back. Have you ever been on a ferry?
Nope. Never.
You've flown more than me, though, haven't you?
Yeah.
No, I've only ever flown once.
Yeah, done it 6 times.
Yeah, you've been abroad a lot more than I have. But like, we've been to so many places. My mum, I was talking to my mum the other day and she said when she goes on holiday with her friends in England and anyone asks her where she wants to go, she always says YouTube. You choose, because I've been there at least twice already. My grandfather just travelled England and took my mum and those kids with him, and my dad was exactly the same one there. My dad was nature mad. And we miss it. I remember rainy days in Ireland. I tell you about it all the time, don't I? Yeah. There's a fireplace was taller than my dad. My dad could walk in the fireplace. He used to put massive logs of wood on it. And once, I think it was once a month, coach loads of people used to turn up to play the bingo. So they'd have like, the bands would be on and the dancing would be on, and then they'd have like a bingo. Oh, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Like, I'd love to go back, and I'd love to go and stay at the same place that we stayed in last time. See how it changes when I'm not Deborah Hartswell. I was telling him, like, oh, I can't have a laugher out, can I, when I'm just being Deborah? No. So on each channel we do, don't we? Let me see if I can get that's a bit better.
Yeah, that's a bit better.
Yeah. So like on each channel we have a laugh, don't we? And we just when you said, oh, if you go and look at the video, I've shared it on my community post. I don't know if I've shared the post though, because he says we were up there and you were feeding him.
Polos.
I was feeding horses.
Horse crack.
And he went, it's like horse crack. And I was like, that's getting made into a meme. So this literal Vinny went, it's horse crack, didn't you? And we just cracked off laughing. But yeah, but this is, I was saying, where's them bottles? I was trying to say thank you, to whoever it was who sent them us. It was absolutely brilliant.
You just bit me.
So you've got the bottle. So whoever sent us that, thank you
very much.
It's his favourite toy at the minute. He absolutely loves chewing a bottle, and he's not allowed a rigid bottle because he makes his face mouth bleed. But those are fantastic. I don't know where they got the idea from, but they're brilliant. But I didn't even know people could find your wish list. I should go on and put expensive things on it, shouldn't it? Like flora, and oil, like massive luxury. Lurpak, yeah. So you can have a packet of Lurpak that big, £29.99. No, I'm not a tourist, I live round here. Can I just have a normal? Yeah, £8.99. No, it's alright, I'll just go without. No. I'm spoiled anyway, what an I'll only, I'm spoiled. Yeah, I'm not there. I'll only have Irish butter, it's the only thing I like. When we were kids growing up, there was a margarine factory, wasn't there, in Earlham, do you remember?
Yeah.
And the smell that used to come off it, yeah. I've never done margarine. And if you use margarine, that's fine. Don't take my channel down. But we don't like.
I used to eat flora.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you have expensive taste in something considering my skin.
I don't anymore.
I don't anymore.
In a bit.
See me in a bit. Go and see to him. See, that's it. That's all you got now. You'll be back here this time next week. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, someone's asking me my age. I am 58 years of age. 2 more years and I am 60. 60. Yeah, I'm about to be an old age pensioner. Oh, thank you very much. Somebody just said I'm really pretty and you're very lucky. I think you know it, don't you? No, we're not. We're not. You just tidy the garden up around me, that's wonderful. No, he's just having a clean up. He said he was going in there for a chill, didn't you? I was like, I'm going to go chill, I'm not doing anything this afternoon. We've done now but drive this week, haven't we? Yeah. It's been horrible stuck in car. Absolutely horrible. Even when we went up to look at a new car, we were there 10 minutes, weren't we? And we just went back home. He's like, he was driving the other day and he pulled up and he was like, right, I'm taking my top off, I can't do this. And that's not him. Yeah. But that's how bad it is.
Not messy, anyway.
What are we on at the minute? About 28. It's cooling down a bit, isn't it?
Balls. I'll throw it on in a minute.
What?
Not those balls.
It's awful. So, has anyone got any questions for me? Just chuck them at me. It doesn't have to be about Bigfoot. It can be about anything. Alaska, anything you want. Oh, I was talking about Ireland. So, Newgrange is the one. The other one was the beach that we went to. And it wasn't like a massively publicised beach. We went down this little lane. It was so different now, wasn't it? It's 50 years ago. But how do I tell them this tale, man? When I was a kid... Not that Mark, my Mark. Yeah, my uncle. I was raised with my uncle. My mum's got a lot of brothers and sisters, and my uncle's only 3 years older than me. So people think we're brother and sister, but we're not. He's actually my uncle. And when I was a little kid, we used to play. Every kid plays there, don't they? And we were. Now, before I tell you this, we were not a religious family, so we used to dare each other to do things. So one week. It was at St James's Church. Our Mark said, I dare you to run in and tell Jesus to fuck off. And I was like, I'll do it, I'm not bothered. And I ran in, and as I went to do it, I thought, oh, don't do it, Deb, don't do it, Deb. So I ran back out, and I just did it like dead quick, and I ran back out. And I said, I dared him to drink the holy water. So after that, anything that went wrong, I thought the devil was after me. And the amount of time my nanny used to say, you see that dint there in your chin? That's where the devil went in. Yeah. So we pull up to this beach one day, Joe, right? And there must have been, now I'm going to exaggerate, there must have been 1 million nuns. From one end of the beach to the other, as far as the eye could see, was Catholic nuns with their habits held up, tucked in the kecks, paddling in the water. And my mum pulled up in the car and was like, no! Don't get me. The things I remember from being a kid. I remember an old Viking graveyard, and Mark's actually got one of the stones that was in there carved. Mark's actually got a tattoo of it here, like a Celtic cross, like a particular one, something to do with his family. So when we did our DNA and we started looking back, it was really strange. So when I'm talking back, at least 5 generations ago, so not recently, but around about 5 generations ago, my family, one branch of my family, and one branch of Mark's family were actually in the same village in Toom. So for anyone who don't know, it's Taum, Toom. It's on the north-west coast of Ireland. So I want to go back there and have a look, because I've looked down that line, and we weren't related, but it was really strange. Both of our families were there, and must have been way back. It was when the English were clearing them out. You know, literally the bailiffs were literally throwing them out of the cottages, and a lot of our family came to the northwest of England then. And when you look at the landscape, it's exactly the same. It's so similar. So I think it's about 2 hours on. I think it's only 2 hours on ferry for me. Horse ferries about 40 minutes in car. So within about 3 hours, I could be in Ireland. So it'd be silly not to do it, wouldn't it? I've just handed me notice in with the TV people, so I'm not going to be doing them jobs anymore. So, you know, maybe this year is the year I'll do it. But if I don't do it this year, I'm definitely doing it next year. We're going back. And I just keep saying to them, no, we're going back. Before we book anywhere else, we're going back to Ireland. So I just want to go. So what I'll probably do is turn it into like a week's trip. I'm already going to be up near Loch Neagh anyway, in the northeast, and there's a cluster of sightings around that area. I'd be not that far from Sperrin either, and there's some accounts of Sperrin as well. And then cross the border and come down to Tipperary, where my grandmother's family are from, and have a visit round there. That's what I'd like to do. Ireland is God's country. That's what my granddad used to say. I don't know, just sometimes you feel drawn to a place, don't you? Like, I think we all say when we were kids we wish we'd listened more. So like when my grandfather was telling me tales, I don't only listen with one ear. Yeah, I was a kid, I had no interest in, now I wish I did. Now I wish I'd listened to everything that he told me. It was a big part of my life, my granddad, because people say, oh, you talk about him a lot, but he was a big part of my life. He grew up in the countryside, and he only moved closer to the city when he was 17 because the war started. So by then, my nan and him had already had a baby at that age. So they didn't draft him. They sent him up to, is it Burton Wood, RAF base in Warrington? Because my grandfather's family from like Claysbrook, Cheshire area. It's not that far, not half an hour that way. So my granddad went to Burton Wood and helped to build the RAF base. And then in 1939, he went into the Navy and he left. So by then, my nana had 2 babies. Granddad left and went to war. I was born 67, so, about 19 years after the war I was born. And my granddad smelled of horses and beer. And that smell takes me right back. He had his own stables, even when we lived in the city. It's not a city, it's a town, really. We had pigs, horses, ducks, chickens, numerous dogs. Can't tell you how many dogs. We had a big cart horse, a big dray called Major. Oh, he was lovely. He was dead soft. And a big cart horse called Lady. She was right wide. So he'd just stick us on her because she was so placid. We didn't have to like with her or anything. He'd just sit us on the back of her. So when I was in my 40s, I've never rode with a saddle or a bridle. So when I was in my 40s, I had to learn how to ride with the saddle. And so it's really different. You do use a different part of your anatomy and everything. So it's like learning to ride again, isn't it? And I think I found a riding school that I'm going to let me ride. It'll be indoors at first, in case I have another slip and fall. But we think they've got a safer way of getting me on and off. So if they are, and I can go back riding once a week again, I'll bet that I'm fulfilled. I could die happy. That's all I need. Horses and a packet of polo mints. I want to go back to my roots. Tom's just said in the chat, sorry, there goes the helicopter. Police or rescue? Police. There's something on the motorway. My dad was abandoned as a child. Have you ever heard the story about the kids in the wool pit, the green kids in the wool pit? Well, my father was found on the corner of, we call them crofts, and what it was where buildings had been bombed. so that he's just waste ground. So they found him on the bombing sites there. Him and he had his sister was with him. And my dad was about 6. His sister was about 2. And then obviously he was adopted. So I've never really known, and he never knew that side of his family or anything. And that was the reason I had my DNA done. I didn't want to do it while he was alive because it wasn't something he wanted to do. But when he passed in 2018, I said to my mum, I'm going to get my DNA done because I want to know, like, about Dad's side of the family and things like that. And it took me on a journey that was... Mark keeps telling me I need to do a live stream on it, but it's a bit personal. And like, I've had a chat with me aunties and my cousins and things, and they're all happy for me to do it. But I actually discovered like a whole paranormal family, which I don't even know how you put that into words. And like, I don't want to go too deep on a live stream, but growing up, I had it hard. I had quite a hard growing up, and it shaped me for the way I am today. So there's nothing you can say to me that's not already been said. So people would like, because we weren't towny enough or we weren't country, we were never enough of something. We were always part of that, never enough of something. So I've always like, I think I was a bit adrift because I didn't really know myself as a person. And I wanted to know, like, I was like, I have some of my dad's traits, so where do they come from? So, because my dad's really fair. People think I'm fair. My dad looks like a German. Every holiday we've ever been on in our lives, people have talked about my dad like he's not English, like he's German. And my dad would go, I'm English. Like, he white eyebrows, the whole 9 yards. He looks like we always look like a Viking. My dad's a big man, like big bushy beard and everything. And my mum was a tiny little dark-haired thing. So my mum is part Basque and Welsh, and my dad's got Welsh in him apparently now, but the majority is Irish. So we're Irish, Welsh, Scandinavian, mutts, like most of the people, you know, most of the people in chat. Oh, Georgia, what they're up to? Never mind. So yeah, I just wanted to know, so we do the DNA test. Let's do the DNA test. And I did it to find my dad's family, and I did. Don't get me wrong, I did. I traced him all the way back, and he'd be dead shocked to know that he was actually like related to Catherine Howard, one of Henry VIII's wives, and the famous Captain Morgan, the rum. But like I said to my mum, back then, 15 centuries ago or something, I suppose everybody was related to everybody, weren't they? But yeah, I think he'd have got a kick out of that. But my dad was like me, he was restless in town. He can't do towns, can't do crowds. He'd just come out of rage. The minute you took him out of there, he was just a different person completely. You know, and that's the same with me, and it's the same with Mark. It kind of grounds me. So that were it. I thought, right, well, I'm done. I got my answers. I know about my mum's side. Like, I've got my answers. And then I realised that one of my great-grandmothers on my mum's side was German. And I was like, oh, right, let me have a look. So I would imagine during the war that wasn't spoken about. So my grandmother's grandmother was German. She fled from Germany and come over to England with her family. Her name was Alexandria Katerina Wayans, which was lovely to know. So I would like to go to that part of Germany. It'll come to me in a minute what it was called. It'll pop in my head, no doubt. Senior moment. And Basque, which was weird, that came up, and so I had to go and have a look at it. And I mean, Basque family comes in through the Irish, believe it or not, through Iberian Irish. So a lot of people of Irish descent are Iberian Irish, so like darker skin, darker eyes, all of, you know, like that. If you sat me next to my sisters, I'm the dark one. So like my sisters are really pale and like got like white hair. They've always had white hair. And like when my sister Lindsay went to Norway, people kept talking to her in Norwegian because they thought she was a native. Am I trans? No. Well, I was born, my name was Victor when I was born. But I had this removed in 1974 in San Francisco. And while we were at it, I said to him, why don't you just whip it in my bra? Then I don't have to have the whole boob done. So that's what we did. So yeah, I think when I was born, it was called Victor. But, you know, I changed it. But yeah, I'm full female now. I can go into Olympics and everything. I'm just waiting on my ticket. If anyone's asking me why I do that, someone's just asked me if I was a lady boy or a transvestite. But I haven't even got what do you call him? An Adam's apple. You can train horses and dogs, but this not as weird as folk, is there? I'm not wrong though, am I? These not as weird as folk. But yeah, did it make you wonder about those kind of people? Yeah, that sit at home and do stuff like that. You just think, you just go in and cook a roast dinner or something. It's Sunday, you'll be back at work tomorrow. Why are you on the internet trolling people? Surely you want more out of life. Get used to it. I got to be honest, my mates say I don't know how you do it, Deborah, because they don't know him. They don't know me and I don't know them, innit? It's like, I have dislikes that are completely no reason behind them. Like Claudia Winkleman, for instance, can't stand the woman. Don't know why. Never done out to me, but if she's not telling, I'll turn it over. People have icks, don't they? But I wouldn't think of giving up any of my time to go and find Claudia Winkleman online and troll her about her fringe. Because that'd mean I was pretty sad, wouldn't it? And she might have a really sarcastic answer to come back on, like I did, and then you get tripped up. I'm a handsome woman. I had a shave this morning, Joe, that's what did it. You see me at 5 o'clock, I'll look like one of the Anthill mob. I'll just be grey from there down. Fucking people. What do I say to that one? Wait till they work out that I look for Bigfoot. I'm at werewolves for a living. You think they'd troll me about that, wouldn't you, really, rather than my huge bosoms? That I didn't ask for, I just got them. Yeah, didn't want them, but you know. Hiya, Paddy. How are you doing, sweetheart? I seen you last week, didn't I? It's lovely to see you again. What are you cooking? What's Paddy cooking today? What takeaway are you having for your tea today, Joe? Yeah, I'm gonna have, I think, a prawn salad. And like more salad and probably a boiled egg or something. I'm trying to eat a lot of protein at the minute, and I put weight on. Mark's been spoiling me with baked goods. I try, Sharon. I really try. I grew up. My dad's wit was quicker than lightning, and my sisters are exactly the same, as are all of my uncles. So I grew up in one of them families where they just throw kind of insults around, and honestly, compared to Mark's sisters, I am not as quick as them. They tickle me, they do. A lot of people think, I think that's where, somebody asked me about this earlier on today. There's a lad that I listen to called Danny on YouTube, and people give him a lot of shit. And I said to him, oh, Danny, people give you shit for anything. I said, there's someone going around out there who thinks I'm married to my brother. And he went, what? I said, there is. There's a troll out there that's convinced that me and Mark are brother and sister. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah, honest. I said, because Mark's sisters kind of look a bit like me. They're all little and blonde. My candle keeps blowing out. It's not a posh one, I got it from Aldi. But yeah, so people, that's turned into, we're related. So somebody said the other day, oh, they're cousins, them two. We're not. We were just born in the same town, and it's a small town. Everybody around here is either related to, or by marriage, or has been out with, you know, someone. I was friends with Mark's sisters. I've known Mark since he was a little boy. We lived in Salford. We both grew up together in Salford. He moved up here when he was 6.5, and I moved up here when I was 29. And the first day I moved up here, I saw his sister, and she was like, Debbie Crossland. I was like, hiya. And she was like, oh, I've not seen you since primary. And that were it. And then Mark's a gent, so he never asked me out when I was seeing people. And then he'd be single and I'd be with somebody, or I'd be single and he'd be with somebody. And then when we got in our early 30s, we were both single. And we started as friends, to be honest. We were friends for 2 years. Mark was determined, I think, that it was going to be a long-term thing. So he just kind of let me lead. And I've had some bad exes, so I was incredibly nervous. I was waiting for the bad to come out in him, and it didn't. And I kept thinking, no one's this kind. At some point, he's going to call me a name, or I'll see a red flag. And never. Been with him 20 years, never raised his voice to me. let alone he's never called me a name. If we get angry at each other, he goes, and he walks off until he's calm. So that's about as aggressive as he gets. Yeah. But yeah, no, we've been together a long time. I think we've been together 20 years now. I was smoking, Joe. I let me sick. That's the thing. People moan if I have a fag or like, oh, I just want to go on Mark's channel. So I'm going to keep pumping Mark's channel this week so you can find it. And then get over there and join it. And I go like do a live every day from that one. Don't mind. I'll take you with us everywhere we go. Take you around Aldi if you want. But until I get 1,000 subs, I'm not going to monetize it. They won't let me go live till I get 1,000 subs. So as soon as I get 1,000 subs, then I can go live every day. And then this channel can just stay for paranormal and Bigfoot stuff. Yeah. So like later on tonight, I think we're going to go up to the farm. And then probably just stay up on the moor till about 12ish, 1 o'clock till it cools down. But if there's a storm, we'd go up for that. Mark loves to chase the storm, that's his thing. So for me, it's like horses, isn't it? But for Mark, it's storm chasing, he loves it. So if there's a storm coming, that's normally where we head, because we can see from Snowdonia National Park in Wales, Fylde Coast is here, and we can see right across to Yorkshire in that way. So you can watch the storm come in and you can follow it. So I'd love to be able to take you lot up and do that. So what I've done is I've ordered, it's like I'm not a very techie person, but basically it's like Wi-Fi that I carry with me, like that. So instead of using my Wi-Fi data on the phone, which is dead choppy, I should be able to stream like this from up on the moor. So when we go take the kids to the reservoir and they go swimming, I can come and sit down and say, oh, like, we've got the kids, to say, all girls now, and I can share those bits and bats with you, you know. What was that? Somebody's put, just think about it, what if a CEO got bored and randomly wants to feel human and genuinely give money away? I don't know, I can't answer that one for you, mate. It's your money, you should do with it as you please. That's what I was told, and that's what I said to my husband. It's your money, do with it as you please. You won't eat yourself. You do entirely what you want with it. You can't take it with you, can you? I know it's an old saying, but my dad used to say, no pockets in a shroud, Dave. You can't take it with you. when my dad was a funny man, and they're on my mind a lot. I don't think Barry will mind me telling you. I interviewed a chap on Monday called Barry, and it was, you'll hear it when I put the interview out, you'll hear it, because I was upset and he was upset, and I said to him, are you sure I'm okay sharing this, because it's raw? And he was like, no, yeah, you need to share it, Deb. And we were talking about what it's like to grow up, really, when there's paranormal stuff happening around you and you can't really go and talk to anybody about it. So then you just get seen as a naughty kid, you know. Oh, felt rain. So you just get seen as a naughty kid. And he had an experience when he was in the park, and he fell, and he should have died. And he felt something, like, save him, basically. He literally felt it, physically felt it. And I said to him, I think it's much harder for men. I think it's hard for women to come out and talk about the paranormal and things like that. But then it's easy for us because we have psychic evenings, don't we? And we can talk to people, you know, maybe not Bigfoot, but like paranormal stuff. You can talk to your mates about it, and that most people have got a paranormal story in their family. But I think it's much harder for men. I don't know why. I think it's a society thing, isn't it? Where men are not supposed to have emotions. They're supposed to be these robotic, non-thinking work machines. Nothing more. Like a bull, really. Society, that's what they've done to us. And it broke me, because it was a really moving moment for him. And we were talking about, I kept saying to him, what emotion are you feeling now when you're telling me? So, talking about being a child and things that you go through in your bedroom, and we were finishing each other's subjects. Now, normally what I'll do is I will edit me out as much as I can out of an interview. So it's not me that you're listening to, it's him, yeah? But this time, I'm getting upset thinking about it. This time I'm going to leave it in. So that's what I'm going to work on this week. I'm hoping, because I've got builders in all week. I said, good lad, I can sit down and just do my editing. And if I can, I'll get it out for Saturday. I'll put it out on Saturday. And I think we're going to have a Sunday live stream. I've kind of enjoyed this. So if you guys have, we'll do it about the same time. I know, you're a good boy. It's not time for your tea yet. It's only 4:20. So, but it's not time. It's not time. It's not that time yet, mate. It's just not. What can I do? Trying to give me his parcel feeding. No, 5 o'clock. No, 5 o'clock. You know the rules. You know the rules. Yeah. But yeah, it was really hard. We were talking about, I don't know, can you imagine being a really hard man, working class man, living in an ordinary town, and then you're frightened by these things that you see and not being able to talk about it? I think you carry, like I did, a lot of rage and a lot of anger. It's frustration. Once you start with frustration, that builds. It's like any emotion, in it. You just need a taste of one of it, and then it grows. And we were talking about beings and entities that are attached to that. He's run out of cheese, Joe. Don't say the CHEESE word. We've run out, and they didn't have any in Aldi. We've got to go back tomorrow. I tried giving him one of them flat cheeses that you put on burger, and he slung it on the deck. I said to him, I wish I'd have had a camera for that. He just went. I was like, no, he's not going to read that. It's me doing my distraction. When I get near emotion, I distract. I start messing about and get all giddy like a kid because I don't want to touch on it. It's raw. But yeah, we were talking about what it's like to not only go through your teens, your young years and your teen years and your 20s and your 30s. And we were both saying how your energy changes. I am a believer that every 7 years your energy changes. And that's what we were talking about. And he said to me, I want you to put it out, Deb, because there'll be somebody else. I want to tell me story. He's not bothered if I give his name. He's told me all the areas it happened in. If I can drive down, I'll drive down and I'll stand there and talk about it. If not, I'll put all of the, like I do, I'll screen record the map for you and I'll put it up. And Cheshire, where it happened, is a very dog man type area. So we finished the chat when he tells me about the first experience with this dog-like creature. And then I said to him, let's get together again next week, because we won't be able to do it all in 1 week. Let's get together again next week and we'll do a part 2. So when I put it out on Saturday, if you've got any questions for him or out like that, pop it in the comments. And when I pick up with him, I can ask him those questions. I was hoping to sit down with him this week, but I think that's going to be impossible because we've got the builders in and they're knocking and banging and moving stuff around, and dog will be barking, so I don't know. I don't think I'll get an hour's space. But I'll sit down with him next week and get the interview for you. And actually started turning work away this week. I can't take any more on. I just can't. I can't take any more on. I've got a list of cases there that I've not even dipped my toe into, and those people have been waiting around about 2 years. I've got to honour that. So I will be honouring that, and I will be working through those accounts. But unless it's something that I feel is desperate and needs me to put my energy in, then it'll be no. But I do know 100 people who are more than willing to help you, and I'm going to pass you over to them. That's the stage I've got to, because it's getting to the point where I'm just every day. It's just, do you know, when it starts to become, I don't feel like I'm helping people at the minute. I feel like I'm just going through the motions in a way. I don't know. Maybe it's something I'm going through myself. I don't really know. How old am I? Is it my 7s? Can't do it 7 times so I'm terrible at maths. You'll learn that as you get to know me. I don't know. Just been one of them weeks where it's been an emotional week, and things are up and down. Oh, I'm probably going to say your name wrong. Is it Musisi or Musisai Mohammed? I'm very well, thank you. How are you? Hi, Chris. How are you doing? So it's really calmed down. Complete rain clouds above me now, so I'm living in hope. I felt a tiny bit of rain. I think we're on week 5 with no rain, and I live at the bottom of the Pennines, so normally we get a lot of rain. But we tend to find when the UK has a heat wave, it's not normally that bad for us. But this last couple of years it has been, and this one's been a corker. So we can't use the hose pipe. So I just said to Mark, just let everything brown off, it'll come back. It'll all come back. But they're promising us rain this week. They're saying it might rain Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Even sheep have had enough, yeah. Went past yesterday and they're all just bundled in. There's like, the fields are massive and there's this shade area and they're all just bundled in shade area, and it's like even sheep have had enough now. You know, horses we had to completely cover up because there was that many gnats out. They were pecking at their eyes and everything. So I felt sorry for him actually. It was really, really warm. But we've had a lot of butterflies as well. Quite a lot. Has it been like that for you guys? I've seen far more butterflies this year than I've ever seen before. 28. Joe's saying it's 28 at the bottom of the country. Yeah, 24 now, Joe. So it's cooling down for us. You never know. Bit of luck. You could do with some cold wind off the Solent. Pardon me. But the wind's just flicked. It's lovely. The wind's just gone cold, so you never know. But yeah, it would be nice to take you up top when the storm comes. I actually filmed him driving in the other night because we've got a new dash cam. So I said to Mark, I'm going to see what it films like, because if it films okay, I can use it in the videos. People can like come on the journey with us as we go there. So you'll see the road just gets narrower and narrower and narrower, and we're climbing. It's like that when it's like we live here in Winter Hills, like up here, so you're climbing constantly all the time. And there was one night, I think not last year, year before, and you know when you get a proper storm with the hailstorm, and he's like, right, come on, we're going up Winter Hill. Now, for anyone who don't know, there's a huge transmitter up on top of the moor. It's massive. And back in the day of radio, it used to pick up the signals from everywhere. CB radios go up there because I don't know, you don't get a good Wi-Fi signal, but you used to get a good rig signal. And as we're driving up, it's pitch black, and we just saw the lightning hit the top of the pike, and everything just lit up. And we carry on driving to get near it, and the next thing, the clouds are coming in. We were completely blocked. Clouds coming from all three directions, and the windscreen was icing up. That's how bad it was. And we just sat there drinking our coffee like it was the most normal thing in the world. And it was probably one of the most peaceful moments I've ever had. So there's that sound of raindrops on the top of the roof of the car knocks me to sleep every time. I don't know if it's from the vans growing up, I don't know. But when I hear that rain, it nods me off to sleep. No, I know smoking isn't very good for my health, but it's my only vice, as I say. I don't drink. Yeah. I remember. I think I know the last time I had a drink. Let me have a think about it. 2005. Last time I had alcohol was 2005. It just knocked me out. Just don't like me when I've had a drink. If you get what I mean. I'm much happier not drinking. I used to be really good at it. Oh, if I could get to what's the weather like in North of Ireland at the minute? Is it the same as for us? Because honestly, I'm closer to you than I am to London. And the terrain's the same. Everything's the same, really. Like my relatives have just jumped from northeast coast of Ireland and landed on the northwest coast of England, and that's kind of where they've stayed. Obviously, I've got relatives all over the world because I've got Irish in me. So Irish in you. You've got relatives all over the world, haven't you? I've got a famous relative. Oh, I was trying to talk to you about it before, and I've gone completely off the subject. When I was looking for my DNA, a gentleman got in touch with me who is an award-winning, Oscar-winning cartoonist who's worked on many children's films that you will know, including Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, loads. Our Nath. If no one believes me, I've got a photo of our Nath with an Oscar. So he reaches out to me and said, Debbie, are you one of the users? And I was like, yeah, actually, me Nana will Lily use. And he's like, I think me and you are related. So I was like, well, me Nana will want a 10. What's your granddad called? And he went, Nate. And I went, yeah, that was my grand's oldest brother. I mean, Nana went youngest, Nathan went oldest. he said, can I ask you a question? So I thought, here we go. Because I don't know him from Adam, do I? And I'm just like, I don't really know any of my cousins on that side or anything like that. So I'm thinking, is it going to be good or is it going to be bad? You know, I don't know. And he said to me, have you ever had any paranormal experiences? So then I'm thinking, oh, he's seen me channel, hasn't he? And he's probably like, just being polite. So I was like, yeah, actually, I have. I said, but me and Anna Lily did. I did quite a few of her family members and her mum and her nan. And he went, yeah, same for me. It's always been like that for me. And he told me that when he moved to London, Nate's younger than me. I'd say he's probably in his 40s. I'm probably 15 years older than him. But there was quite an age between the eldest youths and the youngest youths, child, as you can tell. So he said when he moved to London one day, he had a girlfriend and everything, and he's living on his own in a really nice flat. And he hears a tinkle, like, and he goes and looks, and in the hallway, there's a tiny little horse. Oh, don't hit me. Tiny little horseshoe, tiny little thing like this. And he said, I thought maybe it was my girlfriend's. I mean, it was unusual why it was in the hallway, but I just presumed it was one of my girlfriends. He said, and when she came, I asked her. So you can imagine saying, like, is this charm yours? And she's like, no, it is not. And one of his neighbours asked him if he'd heard any weird noises or had any strange experiences, and he said in the flat, yeah, he had. And he said it was weird, Debbie. I just put the charm away, didn't think about it. I went to Boscastle. We went to Cornwall, me and her, and we get down there. And while we're down there, we go in the Witches Museum, and there's hundreds of these little tiny horseshoes just hung up everywhere in the museum. So I said to him, that's really weird, isn't it? I said, I've had some weird serendipities like that in my life. And he went, there's a huge chat group. Well, let me go and jump you in. So he jumps me in. And obviously, and then I've got to say, like, hi, I'm Deborah Hartswell, and I research Bigfoot and werewolves and the paranormal. But I didn't get to do that. One of my aunts said, oh, hi, Debbie. She said, I've never had an experience, but I'm a knower of things. So I said, what do you mean? So she went, I just know things. I randomly know things, and then they happen. She said, but my Andrea sees the dead. So I had never told anyone, ever, that when I was a little girl, I used to get scared in my room. I must have been young because I was in a cot. I remember being so frightened, and something stroked my head like that. And I knew it was a female, and I just felt instantly better. And I never said anything about it then, because I probably would have been too young, but I've never forgotten it. And my auntie said, oh yeah, Andrea sees so much. She said it was a shame, but when she was a baby, something used to come into the bedroom and stroke her head. So she's kind of used to it now. Every single one of my cousins, out of all of the 10 who'd had their children and their grandchildren and their great-grandchildren, every single one of them had a paranormal, whatever you want to call it, gift thing. I don't know. Yeah, I do. I smoke, unfortunately. Every one of them had had an experience with the paranormal. So my mum worked for the local council, for the mayor, and she, at one stage, oversaw the housing office. So she said one day I go into work, Deb, and there's this family there, mum, dad, 2 young kids, and they're distraught. And he said, we've come to hang the keys into the house. We're not going back to it ever again. We're not going back to it. And you've got to find us somewhere. And back then it was a lot easier, wasn't it? To just, you'd have key money and they'd move you into somewhere. So my mum said, obviously, we did that immediately for him. But then I'm thinking, because they said that there was an old man that kept coming into the house and terrifying the kids. And my mum said, my mum being slightly psychic, said, I knew that we couldn't just move another family in there. She said, so I decided we're going to go down and you know, have a look. Not like in a paranormal sense, for the council. Let's go down and see is it rats? Is it something in the roof? You know, is it something that's frightening that could happen to the next family? And let's clear it up now. And she said, I turned the corner and I got the shock of my life. She said, it was my Uncle Ernest. It was your Nana's brother's house. She said, and he was horrible. He was horrible in life and he was horrible in death. She said, and I knew instantly it was him that was frightening the kids. So turn on a smoke for the chat. I don't know what you mean. Don't be telling me weed's not harmful. But the doctor will give me morphine. It's not a conversation you want to have with me, Mohammed. Doctor will give me cocaine or morphine. But smoking a plant's bad for me. It's not how my brain works. But yeah, so it just carried on like that. So each one of them then shared their experiences growing up. My Uncle Nat said, used to live where you live now, Debbie. He said, and I was a musician. He's quite a well-known musician, actually. He said, and I'd be coming back from gigs at night and the entire flat would just light up. No electric on or anything like that. The entire flat would just light up. He said, and I remember growing up, if my mum were in bed, she'd run into the living room and then run back to bed. If, say, she forgot a fags or, you know, a light or something or a book. And when he asked her why, she said that Nathan had never left when he died. He was mean. He was a mean bugger. And he was just as mean after as he was on this plane, you know, because you don't change. You have the opportunity of change. Let me make that. So I believe that when you pass over, if you've done anything like really bad or there's something that you're worried about, I think as long as you're genuinely sorry for it, and this is one of the things I was talking to Barry about that upset me a bit, was absolution's a word that they use with religion, but it means absolution in all forms, doesn't it? If you're genuinely sorry for something that you've done, then that's it. It's not going to follow you. But if you revelled in that evil, in that darkness, in that negativeness, and you were happy like that, then that's what you're going to be like on the other side. It might be that you're bad because of circumstance, and when you go over, you get the choice to not be bad again. And it's different for all of us, isn't it? But it must be awful to grow up with that fear that when you pass, that's going to affect you. Something that you did maybe 20, 30 years ago when you were different and different opinions, were a different person, will affect you after death. And it will, you know, it's just, spirit has to learn in the same way that human beings have to learn. It's a process that we have to go through. Oh, it's a good job Joe's quick on that finger, isn't it? We got quite a few. Oh, my pen. There's a story behind that. That's our axe. He passed away when he was 18. And there's a dent in it. And my grandson bit it when he was a baby. That's my nan's locket. And my dad got me that. It's a dragonfly. Because a dragonfly can safely go into the spirit world and come out again. Yeah. Definitely Charlie. I have a fish that I normally wear and I haven't got it on today. Do you remember when you were kids and you used to get that metal fish and it moved up and down? Well, my granddad had a gold one on an heavy chain and he gave it to my mum. And my mum always wore it, and then about, I think it was the beginning of this year, she said to me like, I want you to have it. I want you to have it now. I don't want you to wait until I pass. I want you to have it now. So I normally have it on all of the time. But it was really warm today. Before I sat down to do the live, it was really, you know, when you're staggeringly warm, you don't want anything on you. Oh, he's back again. I guarantee you by the time it's 5 o'clock, Roy will have come and knocked this table over for his dinner. Yeah, that's a good boy. Yeah, Tom Roscoe just asked me, is the Scotsman stump still up in Winter? It is, yeah, it's still up there. It's a while since I've walked to it. I used to know the tale off by heart. There's a, it's like a memorial stone, isn't it, Tom, to this man that was found on the moor. And like I say, I used to know the story back to front, but as you get older, you forget things, don't you? So yeah, as far as I know, it's still up there. But it's a while since I've been able to transverse those fields and get over to it. I'm all right on George's Lane, because obviously it's not. Do you want an ice cream? Mentally strong. Yeah, I'm all right on George's Lane. And I'm all right on Lower Rivington, because it's all flat. But I can't do the high up stuff anymore, that's gone. If we go to Anglesark, Mark drives me right up to the top. Yeah, so there's only a little bit. He's right. He can get onto the span cob at the top, I can't. But I like sitting there. I can see for miles and see all the way to Blackpool, can't you? It's absolutely beautiful. But yeah. But no, it's one of my favourite places to be. Just something about it. Mark said to me, what am I going to do if you pass before me? I said, just tie me to the back of an horse and slap it. Just tie me to the back of an horse and just slap its ass and let it take me. I'll be all on them hills forever and ever and ever. I don't have an Instagram. I don't do Instagram. I do Instagram, I'm afraid. I do TikTok, but you don't see my face on TikTok. Yeah. But yeah. You need... Out, Jojo. How do you... Oh, I can't do it. I was going to say, what I'll do is I'll go out, get Mark's channel number and ping it in the chat, so I can't do it. If anybody's interested in me going live, go to my community page and subscribe to my husband's channel, and then like I say, I'll go live every day. I'm going to give it 5 more minutes now, and then I'm going to go in and have a brew. I think me and Mark are going to go out and get some. Well, he'll eat, and then I'll come back and have prawns. She's still wanting to eat when it's on, do you? All I want is fruit. So like, I'm craving mango and bananas, so I'm going to have them. They're getting hammered today. Told you, he'll just get noisier and noisier till he gets to 5 and it's tea time. But we have a rule with him, he doesn't eat till we eat. So, because he's not top dog either. So we have our food and then he eats. Yeah. Have I ever had any crimes against... I would imagine that. Joe's just asked me, have I ever had any crimes against fashion? Yes, I would imagine so. I like a colour. I do like a colour. And when growing up, I'd say till I was about 18, I just wore boys' clothes. No interest in fashion whatsoever. I used to use wore our marks and my downs or something my cousin had. My mum always used to dress me up like a little girl if she wanted just, like week and stuff like that. But given me choice, I was always out on dirt when I was always digging something up or riding something or up to no good building something or digging something. So it was always dirty. And then when I got in my 20s, I did. I got a bit fashionable then. When you leave school, don't you? And you're like at 16, I did. I went to secretarial college for 2 years, and then I worked as a PA then. I went to the insurance company and worked as a PA, and that's where I worked out that I had these mapping skills. And then that, obviously, my career went that way, didn't it? But I used to wear... It's funny, I was talking to my daughter about it the other day. Like, I think I've still got some staples. I've still got like a white linen shirt. We all had a white cotton shirt that were dead big, didn't we? And I'd wear that with like oh, sounds amazing, this like a really colourful skin tight cat suit or something absolutely ridiculous. I probably thought I looked like the bee's knees, and I probably didn't look like the bee's knees, but yeah. Oh, brilliant, there it is. Joe's just put it in there for me. Click on that and come over to Mark's channel and let's get it to 1,000, and then I can go live every day. There's no point hitting me up for anything other than no, I'm an happily married lass. Doesn't interest me in any way, shape or form. Yeah, always been an happily married lass. I don't know. But yeah, I don't do one-to-one conversations. You can imagine I'm a female, so there have been times in my career when I have phoned somebody because they needed counselling, and that is not what they were doing on the other end of the phone. It's not great being a woman on a line sometimes, so no, I don't do one-to-one conversations with men. I only speak to men if my husband's in the house, and that's not because my husband's jealous. It's so that if anything weird, my husband's there. And people always say to me, will you come out and meet me in the woods on your own? And think, no, I'm not coming on my own. I don't know you. Like, why would I rock up without my husband to a wood to meet a strange man? No. Like, and 99% of the people I meet are absolutely lovely people. I've had trolls, believe me, I know trolls, and a lot of them are still like, it doesn't bother me. Water off a brook spark. The amount of people that I've met on YouTube that are so nice, it outweighs everything. You know, there is a lot of genuine people out there, and people don't believe that these days. They have a really dark, negative way of looking at certain members of society. But I met more friends than enemies on YouTube, you know. How would I have met Jojo? Jojo's down in Southampton, I'm up in Lancashire. We never would have met. Deb, singer, I never would have met Deb. You know, it just... Brian always says he'd love to sit down with me and Mark and have a brew, and I want to do all those things, and managing BBR stops me from doing that. So if I've got a job on, either a TV job on, or getting that weekly podcast out, that's me busy every week. And I don't want to do it like that. I want to take a week off and go somewhere with my husband, come back, and then I'll put one up. And then doing this live, really easy for me. I've not got to get anything together. I've not got to get a script or work out what I'm going to talk to you all about. Just do this. I'll check Discord today, Joe. I won't forget. I'll download it on my laptop. And if I still haven't got that account, I'll make another account and I'll look at doing it. We'll do, Sundays might be good for me. I never do anything on a Sunday. Yeah, I always have a day off on a Sunday. So this time of day might be like much better. But we've done really well on this live. I didn't realise we'd had that many people in. Bloody hell. It's better than my Saturday night. I've got about 8 minutes left on my battery. And then I'll have to go. I'll have to go and charge my phone. But it's getting near tea time now, isn't it? Joe is my troll killer. She don't put me no shit, Jojo. Yeah, she just takes them out and she's gone. If you want to be a mod, like, let me know and I'll give you the spanner next time. More mods the better for me. Yeah. Joe knows I'm blind as well. These eyes might be nice, but they don't work. Yeah, like that if I want to see. There we go. Right, Joe's got. What does that mean, Joe? Do you have to send me a link or something? Send it me an email. Yeah, if that's easy for you, because I know you're struggling with your lap hair. But yeah, I don't mind doing a Discord. As long as I've not got to monitor it 4 hours a day. That'd drive me crackers, that. Yeah. Is it something I can say like, right, I'll be here Sunday at 3 kind of thing? I'm all right with that. But I remember Glassy Lima, he sent me over a link to his Discord and I didn't realise that was for me and him to be able to natter. I thought he'd sent it me for people from BBR to join. So I put it out there publicly, want to join this site and all that. He was inundated with people and I was like, oh shit, Steve, it was me. I didn't think. I thought Discord was only for like, I thought it was like Twitch or, you know, just for streaming. I didn't realise you could have a private doobity-doobity. And then this, I did a cracking interview the other night with Neil Geddy Sward and Ben Emily Jones and Andy. And they're editing that and putting it together at the moment, so I'll share it on mine when it goes out. But I really enjoyed that one. Skype, I used to do a lot of my interviews through Skype, and they've stopped it now. They're not allowing you to record calls anymore. So a lot of us at the minute, streamers, are stuck between. The sites are asking us for an awful lot of money. They're 3 times what they were last year. And the free sites are absolutely shite, so they're not good for streaming now. So we're all trying to find a decent platform. So they were on OBS, they tried doing it through Google Hangouts, everything. Next day I thought, oh, I'm not going through that rigmarole. I need to find something. I went on YouTube Live, made it private, did the entire interview. It was when I spoke to Barry. Unprivated it, downloaded it, took it off YouTube. The audio was crisp. So I was like, that will save me a job lot of time. So like normally when I'm interviewing somebody, not everybody's au fait with a link. So I can send them a link to like my StreamYard or to Zoom and they would come in, I'd press record and then we'd do it. The other way I do it is I'm on the phone to them. So I'll record that call and I used to use Streamline for that and I haven't done it. So when Barry was on, I thought, here's a good time to check it. I'll do it now, see if it works. And it did, it was brilliant. The audio on it was crisp. So I was like, well, I'll do it that way from now on. It'll save me a job lot of time. Can you hear the birds? There's got to be something about, aren't there? They're alarming for some reason. Probably a cat. What's up? We get a lot of nesting sparrows at the minute, a lot of tit. We've seen another butterfly. The lady who lived in next door, she's had the garden cut down, but before she moved in, it must have been about 80 foot high of like weeds, and we weren't allowed to go in and clear it. So I've had a lot of trouble with like nightshade. There's nightshade everywhere in this garden. It's not good for dogs. Not deadly nightshade, black nightshade. Same family and not great. So I've spent the last 2 years dragging that out, but it's just a prolific seed off. You put it in, it just goes everywhere. So it's all over the place. Don't like using weed killer. So I've just been trimming them. Every time they come up, I've trimmed them and not letting them flower. So I'm hoping I've cracked it this year and I've got rid of them for good. But I can't stand this stuff. I've never had a Dracula ice part. Oh, thank you, Forrest. Forrest said he likes my nighttime one. A lot of people fall asleep with my voice. But it's just like, hello everybody and welcome back. My name's Deborah Hatswell and you're listening to BBR Investigations. I just get myself as relaxed as I can before I do it. I have a little routine. I always have like a little candle. I don't know why, it's my routine. Because in the beginning days, I used to be really nervous. Like, sort of went on, I'd be like, what if I say it wrong? What if I get it wrong? YouTube soon knocks those corners off you. But I got myself in this little routine. So I always have my cup of tea outside of me, even if I'm interviewing. And they'll say, oh, right, I'm ready now. I'll say, right, I'll just get my cup, I won't be a sec. I light my little candle, I sit down and I'm like, right, if there's any questions you need to ask, come to me head and ask them. I always have a chat with my ancestors before I start. And then I try and get them as comfortable as possible. So it's like, right, don't worry about telling me what's happened. Just tell me a bit about yourself. And because I get that, A, I'm a stranger, and B, they're about to share some of the most frightening moments or most confused moments, most explained moment with a complete stranger that you don't know. So it's kind of, I normally use the first call to get them used to me. So if they'll say like, this is a bit weird, and then they'll tell it me and I'll say, no, I can relate to that because of, or I know a person that has had a similar experience to that. So kind of, the first one's about getting to know them and validating for them. So the feelings, the emotions that you're going through are completely normal and we just need to go through them. And then it's normally on the second phone call that then they'll open up and it'll be the experience that they got in touch with me. There's always one that breaks the camel's back. And that's when they reach out and they're like I've been able to, you know, it's not even that people always want, they're not managing with it. Some just want to tell a story. They just want to tell somebody else what happened to them. And somebody else to say, I get that. I understand that. You know, you might not understand the experience that set it off, but you'll understand the trauma of it, or the shock of it, or the confusion of it, you know? And some people have an experience and it's as easy as anything for them. And they just think, oh, that happened. And away they go. So it's different for all of us. I can stand in a woodland at 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm not frightened. I'm not frightened at all. But if I'm in my garden or in the bedroom and I hear that, then I jump. I think we're comfortable in different situations. So Zane, I'll give you an example. Our Zane went away. Most people know Zane's my grandson, he's 11. And he went away to Lledda Hall in Wales. So they do a lot of orienteering and canyon walking, canoeing, you know, abseiling. And he said to me, Nan, what's that feeling that you get that's there? What, babe? Will you just do me a glass of water? I'm going to come in a minute. It's cooled down, so Mark's going to take him for a run. What's that feeling, Nan, that you get there? I said, it's just nerves, son. Like, people call it anxiety, but it's just nerves. I said, and if you wait a minute, it'll go away. And I said, why? And he went, when I had to abseil,